Attention party people! You're officially invited to the Party Shop at Michael's, where you'll find hundreds of new items starting at 99 cents with an expanded selection of party wear, balloons, with helium included on select styles, decorations, and more. Michael's is your one-stop shop for celebrating everything from birthdays to bachelorette parties and baby showers to golden anniversaries. Visit Michael's in-store or michaels.com today to supply your next party.
I was unskilled, and you trained me.
I was forgotten, and you reached out to me.
I was fatherless, and you nurtured me.
I was broken, and you mended me.
As Jesus says, whatever you do for the least of these, you do unto me. Support a child in his name through Compassion International at compassion.com/unto me.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new ColdZyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Welcome back to another episode of Fringe Beyond Limits. I'm Frank.
I'm Bree. And this is Lynette.
So, how have you guys been this week?
Been a week. I'm exhausted. How about you?
Oh, it's been a fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
No, not even a little bit, but you know, it's fine. We're here. We're got episode number 3.
Woohoo. We made it.
And how have you guys felt about our episode 1 and then our second episode? What were you guys' takeaways? How did you guys feel afterwards, before? And yeah, go ahead.
The first episode, I feel like we were all very pumped and excited to get ready. The episode, I should say. The next one, it was at the beginning of the week, and my head wasn't in it. Not really in it, but, you know.
No, I don't know.
It's
That's
Monday.
why I'm asking.
Mondays are bad.
Why are they bad?
Because it's Monday.
Yeah, but that's just another day. You're making it bad for yourself by going, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for your insight into Mondays.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Lynette?
No, I mean, episode was 1, but I guess it's always nice when there's no expectations or low expectations. I'm not really sure which. Episode 2 was fun. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I agree Monday was a little rough. It's just kind of hard to stay up late and then go back to work the next morning, and I don't know, all that in mind. But Friday's great.
Yeah, Friday does rock.
Now we got the weekend, and
yeah,
we can be here all night if we want to be.
We could. We have alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We have alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We have each other. And I can't wait to just snuggle up with you two and just bond even further. Is there
not that kind of bonding?
No.
No, bonding, like cohesively bonding.
No, I know.
Yeah, no?
Both no.
Oh. Well, I mean, guys, this is not fun.
Nah, it's been a blast.
All right. Well, anyway, so we are trying new things and how to start episodes. So I know one of the popular things is like trying to find like an article or something funny or something around the theme of the podcast in general. So just before we started, I found this article, and neither one of you know what it is, but I was giggling to myself, and this is just fucking fantastic.
Oh boy.
So let me read the title. Meet Devin Person, a real-life wizard who grants wishes on the New York City subway. Now, what are your immediate thoughts, Bree?
He's like a side performer.
Okay,
Street
Lynette.
performer.
I'm not sure what kind of wishes he grants.
All right.
I'm curious on this.
Yeah. Oh, me too. So let me go ahead and read this article.
Like a genie, a rub him, and
Like that's what I thought. Like I thought you rub him and you get a salty surprise at the end. I don't know, but we'll all learn together.
oh boy,
For most of us, ignoring the strange people on the subway is second nature. But if you ever find yourself in the tunnels below New York City and you notice a bearded man in a bright green pointy hat and matching robe, you should probably go talk to him.
is it Will Ferrell?
You know what? That would be a phenomenal skit.
I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No,
but
if
the
you know
image
Will
I had-
Ferrell, please email me at frank@Fringe Beyond Limits. We have an idea for him. You see, he's a real-life wizard who uses magic to grant wishes. Devin Person has fully embraced the classic archetype of the wizard. Through the use of techniques like hypnosis and ritual magic, Person has made it his life's goal to re-enchant the lives of New York residents, finding magic in the mundane. In the season premiere of the critically acclaimed podcast series Euphomet, well, now we're just giving free advertisement to other podcasts. I'm going to have to reach out to host Jim Perry, who follows Person, and be like, yo, bitch, you owe me a spot in yours, right? So so it follows Pearson as he makes his rounds in the city. And the result is a fascinating look at how one simple word, wizard, is a magic spell which forces us to rethink our version of reality. So when I think of the word wizard, and nothing against any of our listeners that do this, but I think of LARPing. You know? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I encompass LARPing with even like Civil War reenactments, because that's basically what they're doing, right? Yeah. All right. So not for me, but if you guys do it, that's awesome. I might giggle a little bit, but nothing personal. I just think it's funny. Anyway, it's a very fun word and archetype to occupy, because if I say wizard, people have an image in their mind, like a guy with a beard and a pointed hat and magic. And there's this whole thing, and yet there's a bunch of questions. What is a wizard in the modern world? What do you do? How does that work? Their curiosity kicks in, Person says. That's, in a sense, a magic spell. I can say this one word and I cause an internal experience in you, an emotional experience that's largely associated with curiosity and wonder, and will be a very different experience than if I said lawyer. This guy's a fucking kook. And what are you two giggling at over there?
Well, I'm creeping on this fella's Instagram account. He's got like 5,300 followers, and he's also reenacting the photo of Yoko Ono. I can't even say it, where he's naked.
He's naked?
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're going to have to put that up.
Yeah, well, that's free advertising for him.
Oh, I don't care. You know what? Good for him. Yeah, listen, if I could, get followers and make money dressing up like a Yoko Ono naked and then be a wizard on a subway, I would do it. So let me just finish up the article real quick. For Person, who has become such a beloved figure in Brooklyn that he's garnered a profile in the New York Times, real magic exists beyond the scope of classification. I think part of the joy of being a wizard is coloring outside the box, Person told Euphomet. I met certain types of people who are very interested in finding a box to contain wizard in. They either want to disprove that I'm a wizard, that's not possible, or more commonly, they want to take a box that they're already familiar with and use that to contain me. So I say, for the podcast, we all take a trip to New York and we ride the subway all day, all night. Well, I mean, we'll at least get some good stories. Oh, 100%. Yeah, we'll get some. But I need to meet this wizard, and I want him to grant me 3 wishes.
What would you ask for?
A larger manhood, and by manhood
Like
I mean
a cape,
like actually being a man.
That might be impossible, though.
No, I'm not talking about like an appendage. I'm talking like being a man.
Again, that might be impossible.
Maybe, but listen, he's a wizard. He can do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes things can be impossible.
Says who?
Everyone?
No, everyone doesn't say anything's impossible.
Hey, you never know.
Would you rub him first before?
If I need
making
to.
Your wish.
If I need to. even if I didn't need to, I would.
Make sure you rub 3 times.
I mean, I'll just start rubbing him. Like, this is how I say hello. This is my greeting, and I just start rubbing him.
When I think of LARPing wizards, I rub them.
I rub their magic wands, right? They have magic wands, right?
Staffs.
Yeah. I mean,
same difference.
I mean, I think you're thinking highly of him.
Mm-hmm. What would wish number 2 be?
What would wish number 2 be? Would be world peace.
That's a very big difference from your first wish. Okay.
Well, there's no correlation. I was trying to maybe think there was, but no, I would like world peace.
I agree.
Yeah, and then I would want to live forever.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care if all my family and friends die. That's fine. That's up to you. Mm-hmm. That's you guys.
You either stick around or
yeah, right. No, I would live. I'll find new people and call them family and friends. I don't, So, but yeah. Oh, that was me. Sorry. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that fucking article. So tonight we're going to be talking about just the ghost hunting in general, just kind of like what it's about, kind of equipment we use, and what we're looking for, and probably get into a couple experiences as well, like we always do. So let's start off. When I say ghost hunting, all right, before we became ghost hunters, so we have to think back 15 years or so, what was the first thing you guys would think of when someone mentioned ghost hunting to you?
More going to like haunted locations and hoping something will happen and get things thrown at you.
Ooh.
All right, so that's severe.
Well, I had a big imagination.
Okay. And yet you married Brian.
Sorry.
Big imagination.
Yeah, no, you definitely, there's nothing big about Brian.
Big imagination.
Yeah, you have to imagine something's big for him. Is that what you tell him? You're like, hey, honey, is it? And you're like, it's fine.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I knew it. All right. Listen, I Missy. That's why Missy is tiny, and that's why I married her. Everything looks bigger in her hands. So, that's why I never. Anyway, Lynette, what did you used to think of when you heard the term ghost hunting?
Cemeteries, up late at night, constant activity. Because again, you see on shows, there's always something creaking. There's always a shadow there, so you thought it would be pretty active, pretty spooky. But yeah, a lot of traipsing around in old houses, cemeteries, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I always thought before we started doing it, they're like, it's nonstop. It's,
right.
It's like, it's the party that never stops. You walk in, from the moment you walk in to the moment you either run out or you pass out. Mm-hmm. It's just nonstop.
Dead children everywhere.
Yeah. Dead children and voices and knocking and dried up semen and just lots and lots of things, ectoplasm,
right,
everywhere, right? So, yeah, no, that's fair. I think the same thing. Once we started doing this, what was your guys' first realization that it wasn't just fun and games? Like what was that one moment where you're like, oh shit, this is actually work? Like it's fun to go and do. It's fun to find evidence. It's fun to come across things. But if you do it too much, just like anything, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta do this again. Like, what was your guys' thing?
It was mainly like just sitting there for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And getting nothing. And you're just like, wow. Before like starting this, like watch all these shows and you're like, this is obviously false advertising. Like there's not always something going on every single night. And I think that was when reality really kicked in on exactly what you go through and what everyone, it was really typical for everyone. It's like, it's a 50-50 chance whether you get something or you don't, but more just sitting there and being frustrated because nothing's happening.
Yeah, and I think for me, similar to what you're saying, you go somewhere, you're sitting there for a long amount of time, but then you get home and you have to review all of that evidence. So it was hours and hours the first time, and it's double, triple that the second time because you're going through 4 or 5 audio recorders, a couple different cameras, and you have to go through it slow. And sometimes it's quite painful and it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It was the one thing that the shows made look easy was capturing the evidence in review.
Mm-hmm.
And that is by far not the case. That was the biggest beast of burden that I think we all did, because it's, you come home from work, you have dinner, it's fucking Wednesday, and you're like, I need to review 2 hours tonight so I can at least be done by next year.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it is a lot, which is why I'm happy we kind of changed things up, which we'll get into when we start going over tips and notes and stuff. So
yeah, and one thing that the shows don't show you is they have a whole crew who's sitting there combing through it. They have professional equipment, so they're able to comb through it and stuff faster. And who knows, it could be 6 days later when they're filming somebody sitting at a computer being like, listen, this is what I captured. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
you don't know that. You think it's the same night or
right. Yeah, no, they, and they have a whole crew to review the evidence for them and just pluck out whatever they think may or may not be paranormal. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there like, oh, we could fucking do this, and no, it's a lot of time.
You can do it, but it's a lot of work, or you can find ways to be efficient about it.
Yes, mm-hmm. Which we had to adapt or just stop doing it. I think that was our choice at a couple crossroads. Like, all right, we need to stop doing this and try something else, or we're just done, because it was a bear.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be what we're going to be talking about. So let's jump into locations. How do you guys go about, because we have a big group chat goes, and we'll throw out suggestions, and then we'll try to set up times where everyone's available, which is in itself a pain in the fucking ass, because trying to get 6-7 people on the schedule in 2 months is impossible, which we need to revamp that going forward. But I digress. So what are some of your guys' ways of either finding or choosing a place you would like to investigate next? And what is a location you would like to go to next? All right. So there's only 2 people I'm talking to, and they just look at me like I have 7 heads.
No, I think the thing that what helps me decide what sort of location I'd like to visit is usually a place that has some sort of historical significance. I'm not necessarily looking for a place where something tragic happened, but maybe it's a stop on the Underground Railroad, or maybe, I don't know, I guess war is still kind of tragic, but, places where there's historical events or historical significance, because usually it's well documented and it's easy to hopefully compare your findings to perhaps what may have occurred in that location or at that place. I don't know. I need to think a little bit further on if I had to choose something for this year, where to go.
Yeah.
I think I need to think on that one a little bit more.
Okay. So for you want some sort of past, something historical, I guess, like you said. You want something to kind of mean something more to not just you, but like in the grander scheme of things, like something more well-known, I guess.
Well-known, or even maybe it's kind of venturing into the world of if there was a tragedy or true crime, or maybe they don't know what happened. I think there's that motivation to maybe seek out answers to get resolution to certain things. But yeah, usually places with historical significance tend to have more research available to kind of help target what you're looking for. If, so you're going into a place prepared. It's not just blind, just you don't know who you're talking to. And I don't necessarily want to say that you use the historical information enough to blind you to other information on there. You don't want to necessarily be completely swayed by that, but I think it helps when determining where to go.
Yeah. I mean, our other teammate, Lisa, has been harping on us forever to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And if you look at number 1, historical significance, and then number 2, just trauma, where we talked about last week on where there might be hauntings. I mean, that it checks all the boxes.
Right.
The difficulty, though, is that there are laws there about ghost hunting on actual battlegrounds.
Right.
That they deem that illegal. There's laws. So with that would be difficult. And then also any type of ghost hunting that happens in any buildings around there, it's so expensive.
Sure.
And I would love to. That would be on the top of my list if it was feasible, but it's not, because we usually try to do things that are driving distance, and Gettysburg is a good trek out. I would drive it, but I mean, it's a good 12 hours,
something like that.
It's
coming from the Chicagoland area.
Yeah,
it's far.
Yeah. So I mean, like I maybe someday where I have a little bit more downtime and available time from work, I would definitely do it in a heartbeat, and maybe a little bit more free pocket money. But, for the time being, that has to be put on the back burner. Now, if any of us want to do that individually on our own with a significant other, by all means, please, have a blast. I want to hear every single story on this show and even off the show.
And how you were able to accomplish any of that, just because it's a busy area.
Mm-hmm.
How do you navigate?
Yeah.
People, noise contamination, anything like that. How did you manage something as grand of a scale as that?
Yeah. Oh, agreed. Bree, you got something over there?
Yeah. With locations, like I look for things that I hear people go to or seen it on like TV or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that seems like a pretty interesting thing. Hearing the history of certain places, just some of those places I can think of is like the Winchester House.
Attention party people. You're officially invited to the party shop at Michael's, where you'll find hundreds of new items starting at 99 cents with an expanded selection of party wear, balloons with helium included on select styles, decorations, and more. Michael's is your one-stop shop for celebrating everything from birthdays to bachelorette parties and baby showers to golden anniversaries. Visit Michael's in-store or michaels.com today to supply your next party.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Mary, Ashmore Estates is one of them. And just for me too, I would love to like visit any type of penitentiary. I feel like that way we get the most history out of, and traumatic, tragic events too, especially like the old ones. One of the specific ones I would like to go to, and they're not open to the public for anything, is the old Joliet prison. I think that would be super interesting to go investigate.
Do they still host Halloween haunted houses there?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the building across the street, which I think was the
guards
building or something like that. Yeah, there's like those fake haunted houses.
Yeah, the attraction.
So does the haunted house company own the building, or do they only rent it for part? I'm just wondering, could it be rented?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Off season.
Yeah, so I think they rent it. And I'm pretty sure if we, I'm sure the state owns it still. I'm not exactly sure, or it could be privately owned. We'd have to really look into that, but I'm sure there is a way to maybe talk to them, at least have an open dialogue in doing that. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure we would need a large group to do so. Yeah. And it'll be a pretty pricey ticket as well.
I'm sure.
But I mean, we looked at renting out Missouri State Penitentiary, and that was for the night. It was for 8 hours. It was $1,500, which seems like a lot. But if we have 10 people, that's what, $150 a person. That's
and a 6-hour drive with Frank.
In a 6-hour drive with Frank, which all
that
you
comes
do,
with a
which
price.
Can be very interesting.
It is interesting. All it is Dave Matthews karaoke. That's all it is. And again,
or podcast after podcast.
Mr. Matthews, if you are listening, I would love to. Actually, this is more for my wife, because my wife, I think, is a bigger fan than I am.
She really is.
So, I am also a huge fan, and I would love to meet you, Mr. Matthews. But it's my wife, and if I can tug at your heartstrings for one moment, my wife is a phenomenal person that works with children. She is also walks with crutches, so I'm just going to tug at your heartstrings, and she is probably one of the biggest heart people with the biggest heart. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I think you guys know, because I get a little emotional when I talk nice about my wife, because I don't usually do so. But she's by far one of the best people in this world, period. And so Mr. Matthews, or if anyone knows Mr. Matthews, we would love to even just have a drink with you. We don't need to have dinner. I'll buy, if that helps. But anyway, tangent over. So yeah, what were we talking about?
Well, Bree was talking about some of the spots you wanted to go to.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk about that already?
Yeah, I already did.
Sorry.
You obviously were not listening to me.
Just
ignore me.
Yeah. So when I start talking about Dave, I just get lost in his eyes. I kind of picture them, and yeah. So
what about you?
I want to go to the scariest places. Last week we talked about the whole demon thing and how I would love to find a couple and, maybe play poker, have a couple drinks with them, pick their brains. But I want to go and be like really just like the scariest places I could find,
So what are your top ones that you think might meet that expectation?
So I would love to go to, was it in West Virginia, the penitentiary in West Virginia? I can't remember the name of that. Also, the penitentiary in Ohio where they filmed Shawshank Redemption. Like, I want to go to I would love to find
Moundsville?
Maybe, yeah, Moundsville,
right?
West Virginia. Yeah, that sounds right. But maybe even places where there's been some darker occult practices done and investigate those areas as well.
I think was it Sally House?
The Sally House, yeah, that's in
They're
Atchison.
known to have cult activities.
Yeah,
that was there.
Yeah, that's in Atchison, Kansas. That's definitely on the list. But I want to go like truly really bad places. There's a place in Kentucky and it's called Hell's Gate Cemetery. It's nicknamed Hell's Gate. And there was, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a bishop and he has a TikTok, and he was talking about how he went there. Well, he was being interviewed separate from his TikTok, and he was asked, where's one place you'll never go back to? And he mentioned the cemetery and how scared he was. And he's also done exorcisms, which also, if we have any listeners, I would love to be a part of an exorcism or sit in on one. I'm not trying to be.
I don't think you can buy tickets.
No, I know.
Exorcism.
$10, please.
Can I get scalped?
I get something on StubHub, please?
Can I get them scalped? And
don't forget the popcorn. And...
Yeah, right. And just start swearing at them. Shut up! Get out of the way, priest! I gotta see this.
Move! Get out of the room!
Can you spin your head around again? I didn't see it the first time. No. Jesus. No, but again, we talk about not being afraid and wanting to do these things. I truly think that if I had enough faith, I would be an exorcist. I would go take those rites to do that for whatever reason. I just have that calling, but I don't have enough faith to do that. So yeah, I think I want to go to these scary places. I want to have that feeling of being scared like you were when you were a little kid. That scared feeling where you're frozen. You don't know what to do. Your mind's running a million. I haven't been like that since I was a child, and I think I kind of want to revisit that a little bit for some strange reason. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just so macho.
So macho
in your dreams.
Man. I wanna be a macho.
You're gonna scare Dave away. He's not gonna take you seriously.
Dave, we can duet this together, Macho Man, you and me. we'll do it upright.
Dave, run out before it gets worse.
So
did Bobby Mackey's fall off your list? Do you think it's
So
that was high on your list for a while?
It was, and
it's on my list too.
Yeah, but I did reading, and I've listened to third-party accounts on podcasts and other podcasts, and these other groups going there, and they say it's just full of shit. Which, if you think about it, it was ghosted. I can't believe we're talking about this fucking show.
Ruining it for everybody, everywhere they go.
God.
And we're kind of advertising for them.
And
now.
Listen, okay, so yeah, we're from the Chicagoland area, okay? And so is, I refuse to call him by his first name. I refuse to call him Bilbo because I have way too much respect for Lord of the Rings. And I refuse to call him Bozo Baggins because Bozo the Clown was fucking awesome. So I'm going to call him Bobo Baggins from now on.
Okay.
That's his new nickname. So FYI, everyone, you're on the inside joke. His name is now Bobo Baggins. I will do a ghost hunting off, not jerking off, but a ghost off with you for you to remove Chicagoland area from his biography. I don't want him to be. I don't want to be
He's from here.
Yeah, he's from I think
he went to Glenborg
or
South.
Yeah, not Glenborg, Glenbard.
Glenborg South High School.
Yeah,
I think he went to.
Glenborg is
Glenborg
from-
South or Glenborg North. But there's also an East too.
There's
So I
an
don't.
East.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, he's from the Chicago. I know, right?
Yeah.
Bobo
I
Baggins.
just thought
Now he lives
I
in
know.
Las Vegas.
He was born and raised Vegas.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
He looks like it.
Oh,
That's why he still
Yeah.
lives there.
Yeah, fuck him. I will have a ghost off. He picks the spot.
ghost.
Yeah,
You can go to the house that he bought.
Bobo. No, because he burned.
No,
because
he tore it
down.
down.
He tore it down. Yeah, why? Because it was
He did a
probably all fake.
Documentary. Yeah, and he tore it down
Yeah.
because he doesn't want anyone
Yeah.
to be like, oh, wait, I want to visit. Wait,
Yeah.
nothing's
Prove
happening.
him wrong.
Right, it was all fucking fake, and I'm going to tear it down, and then no one else can do this. You know what? Who in the paranormal would do that? Wouldn't you want to prove
Right.
that?
Come and
Right.
Come and try for yourself.
Exactly. No, I'm going to tear it down, and I'm the only one with the evidence and the documentary or whatever. What a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, sorry, I get a little heated when I talk about Bobo.
Yeah. No more Bobo.
So anyway, no, ghost off. Bobo, you pick. You you pick the spot. I will show up as long as you pay for my travel and accommodations.
He's gonna put you in a roach.
And that's fine. That's fine. He has to stay with me though. We have to stay together. And and we will see who is the better.
How does one ghost off?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure ectoplasm's involved.
Be careful with the ectoplasm.
All right. Okay, again, you're just making up terms. What's an ectoplasm?
I said plasm.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
you said,
I did.
There was no L.
There was no L. It was ectoplasm.
I wasn't gonna.
Let's add it to my dictionary.
What, your dictionary?
I've been drinking.
You've been jerking?
I heard jerking too.
I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of this
Oh,
podcast.
thank fucking God. All right. Tangent over, God damn it. All right. So, all right. So there's our locations. And also we do have another Facebook page where we haven't updated in a while, but it's, our own paranormal
got in
team.
the way of
COVID did get in
fun
the way, but
stuff.
it's called Ravens Paranormal. Lisa, our other team member, started it. So yeah, you guys can go and check that out as well on Facebook. So next thing we'll go over, we'll just hit up on some equipment. So we'll start with the audio. What are some of your favorite audio equipment that we use, or is there equipment that we don't have that you'd like to get?
One that I would love to use is an Ovilus. Just watching it in action on like the different shows, different YouTube channels that people that do a lot of paranormal investigations use. It's just, to me, it'd be interesting because there's something similar that you get on your phone, but I want to see exactly like an actual like one that was engineered by
Bill Chappell.
Bill Chappell. I was like, I forgot his last name. And I apologize to him because that guy's awesome. But I would like to be able to use it and like see how it works and just play with it. Me personally, the stuff that I've used is an S-Box or Spirit Box, basically going through different FM radio or AM radio frequencies, and it's going really quickly, and sometimes you get voices through. I personally, when I use that, I like to use AM radio because there's less radio stations on there, so you get less interference with actual voices from the DJs and anyone else that's talking on radios and singing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's me personally.
What about you, sir?
I used to have an Ovilus,
You did.
and I sold it because it wasn't so great. People swear by them, and I don't know if maybe I didn't know how to use it, but from the directions, you turn it on and ask questions. But like it wasn't. It was just different for us, I think.
I think I trust. I don't know. I like the Ovilus probably more than those sound banks on your phone. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of those. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with those.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, although Lisa every time we turn on that damn obelisk, it would always say Jurassic. She's like, these damn ghosts are calling me a dinosaur.
It's a sign.
So she would say she hates it because she feels she's getting insulted by the ghost. But it has that like creepy speak and spell kind of voice to it too. So I think that's kind of fun. But no, I think for me, and this is kind of a lucky treat, and I know we're giving Lisa lots of shout outs today, but Lisa actually reached out to Steve Huff and learned how to build her own portal. He helped her out with some directions in the build on that. And I think that has been a game changer for us because for those who don't know, the portal is kind of like a telephone. You can have two-way conversation, real-time response with this electronic gadget. I wish Lisa was here to describe it, but it's using guitar pedals and what's it called? Like reverb stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
there's
way too.
Yeah. I don't
There's
know.
a lot of switches and a lot of cables and cords and a speaker, but we've had some pretty cool, pretty spectacular results.
Yeah. So going back to Bill Chappell, Bree and I went to a event at the Palmer House in Sauk Center, Minnesota, and that was hosted by Dave Schrader, who is a pillar in the paranormal community. He's awesome. He's a great guy. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're definitely acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's awesome. And Dave, if you're listening, thank you.
Hi, Dave.
And so there was the event that we went to, Bill Chappell was there, and we were able to do a ghost hunting with both Dave and Bill. So we were in the basement.
And Bill let us use some of his equipment, some stuff that wasn't even out yet. He actually let us use too.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah, we were in the basement and we were in this one room and we were, doing an EVP session with about like 12, 15 of us. And Bill Chappell asked, does anyone want to go in the next room by themselves? And nobody said anything. Of course, I always
you being you.
I always like giving other people the opportunity to, just because I'm that way. But no one spoke up. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it right now. So we went in there and he actually stayed with me and I was able to pick his brain about like his thoughts on the paranormal. And one of the things he believes is that he doesn't think we're talking with ghosts. He thinks that if you kind of think of the internet, that where is the internet? Like you can't really hold the internet, it's just out there. He thinks that's what like our essence, our consciousness is. It just goes to this mainframe of consciousness. And that's just what we're picking up on when we communicate with spirits. So it was really interesting to talk to him. And if no one knows who Bill Chappell is, Bill Chappell is an engineer who has been creating all kinds of ghost hunting equipment for what show again, guys? Ghost Adventures. Why do we keep fucking? I just went on a goddamn tangent about Bobo Baggins.
We should just say the show that should not be named.
No. I'll say it because you know why? Fuck him. Okay. So, but god damn it, every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Fucking god damn it. All right. So anyway, some of the audio equipment I like to use is a digital recorder. What we used to do is we used to set up a digital recorder in different rooms and let it run throughout the whole investigation, which in theory sounds great. But the problem is, number one, if you have 3 digital recorders running for 8 hours, that means you have 24 hours of audio to review. As well as people moving around in different parts, you don't know if you're picking up on a knocking that was paranormal or just people walking through or voices, even whispers, 3 rooms away. So I would go against doing that unless you know for a fact no one's going to be there and there'll be no outside pollution messing around with your audio. So what we started doing, which I love, is just short EVP blasts. So we'll do 10, 15 minutes at a time as we are trying to interact, and that down tremendously on our review time. So
now, one thing that I would throw as a counter to what you said was, where were we? We were at, Monroe House. Remember? And we had 2 different digital recorders side by side.
Yes.
Granted, they were still short little burst blast sessions, but the 2 recorders pulled up 2 different. One had 0 audio and one had something captured on it. So running multiple audio at the same time is still a good idea, I would think. In some cases.
Yeah, running multiple audio together.
But not for 48 hours.
No, because
unless that's your daytime job and that's all you got to do.
That's true. But no, yeah, I mean, that's what's fascinating about this is that you can have 2 different recorders side by side running, asking questions, and one will pick up an EVP and the other one won't. So if it was something audible in the room, both of them should have been picked up. But if one is more in tune to a different frequency, and I have no idea how this works because I don't know how life works. So no idea. But it's just so interesting that happens more times than not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then what about, there's motion detection, right? Is there anything that you guys like about motion detection?
I think my favorite one would be music box, just because it's got that creepy noise as the song that it makes. So it just makes the environment or like the energy around you, like when you hear that, you're like, oh, that's so creepy. And then it just like the fact that it sensed emotion and you don't see it, and 2, it's just that creepy noise. So I think it's just like good combination. So I would say that one would be my favorite one.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a favorite motion detection. I know we had REM pod on the list, and a pro to having a REM pod is they're loud as hell. So if you want to set something up in a faraway location, a REM pod could be valuable, like in a basement or the opposite side of the building or an attic where you might not be the whole time. I think there's some benefit to those, but
yeah, you know what would also be good is having a REM pod, say in a room where we're rarely in, along with a digital recorder. So with that digital recorder, you can use to see when the REM pod went off, because if there's nothing in that room and the door's closed, nothing should set it off. And if we're far away enough to not be able to hear it, that would actually be a good idea as well.
Yeah. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, a REM pod isn't exactly motion detection.
Well, I mean,
for those who aren't familiar.
We should probably explain this, right?
Attention, party people. You're officially invited to the Party Shop at Michael's, where you'll find hundreds of new items starting at 99 cents with an expanded selection of party wear, balloons, with helium included on select styles, decorations, and more. Michael's is your one-stop shop for celebrating everything from birthdays to bachelorette parties and baby showers to golden anniversaries. Visit Michael's in-store or michaels.com today to supply your next party.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new ColdZyme technology. Just remember, if it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
So it's this round disc that has an antenna sticking out of the top of it with other lights that kind of help indicate if you're trying to have communication, but it picks up static and electromagnetic frequency disturbances. So, I mean, something could be moving around it, but if you're stomping on the floor, it's not going to go off because it's not vibration sensing.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say it is motion detection because something has to move towards
near it.
Yeah, because like the closer you get to it, to the point where you're touching it, it starts going off. But like you mentioned, you just can't just go stomping on the floor and it's not going to do anything. So it's like a mixture of like what you were saying. So
yeah, and then also let me explain what a music box is. It's a box, obviously, and on one end
plays music.
And it plays
it's the shape
music.
of a coffin.
Well, I mean, there's different shapes you can have, but the one that we have is in the shape of a coffin. And on one end, it shoots out infrared light beams that maps out about a 4 by 5 foot area in front of it. And you have to break that infrared beam when something solid does, because we've thrown dust and just like really fine dirt in front of it, and that doesn't even set it off. And we've even shined flashlights in front of it and it doesn't set it off. So it has to be a solid thing. And when it's disturbed, when that infrared field is disturbed, it starts to flash and plays this creepy music box song, which
Like a ballerina's,
Yeah.
like a little kid's music.
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, somewhat similar to our intro and outro, I would say. I mean, not nowhere near exact, but it's similar. So that's what a music box is. And some of the other things that you can use for motion detection would be just balls, my balls.
Don't use those balls, people.
I wash them. No, but like toy
I thought
balls.
Missy keeps them at home when you're away on your ghost. I can't say you can't even use those
She
words
just keeps
anymore.
it in her pocket all the time. That's why he wants his manlyhood.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Or even like those cat toy light up balls.
Yeah.
You can use those. You can tie bells to a string and hang them. Just make sure that there's no no airflow moving around that would be able to move or shake the bells. And then there is another thing called a Boo Bear, which is such a silly thing, but it's a teddy bear with motion detection.
Is it heat too?
Yeah, it does. It can
I'm not sure.
It can sense temperature increase or decrease, vibration or movement, and it even calls out specifically. I think it's a teddy bear that has all these electronics and gadgets inside of it, but it'll say, "Did you touch my hand?" or "Did you touch my foot?" Depending on where it might have sensed any sort of vibration or manipulation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never used it, but you have one, right?
I have one, but honestly, it keeps talking to, I think the intent behind it was to provoke conversation or, promote that sort of interaction.
It's good for like child spirits, possibly, because obviously you see a teddy bear, they're going to want to go for it.
But if you leave it, the downside to it is when you leave it out there and you do have a digital recorder going, you just hear, in the back of the
I'm sorry,
hallway.
what was that? Wow, that's the scariest thing I've heard in a long time.
I wish I had a comeback.
I know.
I usually have a comeback.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that when your mind just goes blank? You're like, oh.
Well, let's see. I have a blonde in front of me, and I have another blonde in front of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, your minds go blank a lot.
I hate your face.
Horror.
That didn't show him up.
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. All right, so then let's jump ahead to visual. So, I mean, the coolest thing with visual equipment, I would have to say, is the Kinect. So, what the Kinect camera is, it takes the Xbox Kinect camera, and there is special program that goes along with it. So, if you picture a tablet attached to that, and what the Kinect does is it finds human form, and it
Through infrared,
and it creates a stick figure. So it finds the joints and places a stick figure within that form. And how that came about was when the Kinect camera, the Xbox Kinect, was really popular. Kids would be playing and they would pause the game to go to the bathroom, get something to drink, whatever. And when they would come back, there would be something not visibly there interacting with it, and
when you can see it moving.
Yeah, and you can see it on the TV screen moving, but no one was there doing anything. So again, Bill Chappell, I think it was, right?
Yeah, Bill Chappell. Yep.
Created this program to run the Kinect camera off of. So we have one of those, and it's really cool when you do catch something, because nothing is in front of you. And
no, it's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah. What we just threw up?
Oh, I said we have 3 of them.
Do we really?
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, mine's not as portable as yours because mine's more
stationary,
gotcha.
Self-made.
No, that's fine.
But, yeah, yours.
I would rather have mine been self-made, because I would have spent a lot less on it.
But I have a fun story about the Kinect camera.
Yeah, go for it.
So one time, Lisa and we went to the Randolph County Asylum in Winchester, Indiana, and as soon as we drive up to the house, Lisa's got this weird creep feeling about this tree kind of in the back of the property near the parking space. And towards the end of the night, everyone's either gone home or sleeping or whatever. And Lisa's like, let's go back out to that tree and we'll use this Kinect camera out there. And I'm just standing by the tree and she's scanning me, trying to map it out. And because we had learned when we did a tour that there had been a hanging in that tree and a gentleman lost his life there. And while I was standing there, we were kind of giving a prayer saying, I'm sorry for you know, how you were treated. I'm sorry for your loss of life, that sort of thing. It wasn't right for what happened, you know, just kind of being kind. And you see on the Connect camera a human figure crawl down from the tree. Lisa's, so she sees me standing on the ground next to the tree, and you see this person wireframe crawl down from the tree, and Lisa's like, put your hand up, Lynette, put your hand up. So I put my hand up, and it reaches out, and it like touched my hand, and we said, thank you. And it crawled back up the tree and went away.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't know if it was the victim or a ghost spider. I don't know, but it was pretty cool.
It's not cool if it's a ghost spider.
So what if it was like a ghost squirrel?
It's a big squirrel.
Thank you for noticing.
Might be more like a giant sloth. Like
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sloths are cute.
No, but that's so interesting. Just because if someone is still there, if their spirit or essence, intelligence, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is still there, why would it choose to stay? You know what I mean? Like we don't know, but like
maybe it's your stone tape theory. Maybe it just imprinted in wood. I mean, wood has memory too.
Yeah, I mean,
tree's still living though. It wasn't a dead tree.
I know, that's just so interesting to me. That's pretty cool.
It was quite fascinating.
Yeah, I don't have anything as good as that.
No,
I have nothing to complement that story with. So we'll just move on to.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Remember we used that when we were at the Palmer house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you were in the room where the lady hates men.
Oh.
And I used it and I saw it and it was like right by, and you purposely sat over there and it was right by you.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. So at the Palmer house, what was the lady's name in that room?
I don't remember.
Mary?
I don't remember the name. I just remember she just hate males.
Vanessa, Agnes.
I don't.
Are you just going through?
I'm just going through
baby
names.
name dictionary.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, so the Palmer house used to be a brothel back in the day. So there was one room.
And before we go, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, Palmer House in Minnesota, not Chicago.
Oh, yes. In
actually, it's Palmer Hotel, not house.
Yeah, it's the Palmer Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is the one in Sauk Center, Minnesota. And so it used to be a brothel, and the lady that would be in that room was murdered by one of the Johns, and she never liked men staying in that room. So she would always scare them. I think even got physical sometimes. Maybe scratched them. So she didn't like them. And she had a specific chair. So me being me, we were in a...
blatantly rude and disrespectful.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say
I sat in her chair.
I did. And I'm trying to invoke a reaction and get... No, I wasn't trying to be rude. I wanted to get a reaction. This is, I will take issue with you and Lisa sometimes when you guys say, well, Frank, don't provoke. Well, I'm not provoking to be rude or to be mean most of the time. Now, if there is an evil...
Only when you talk to us.
Yes.
That's intentionally.
That's one. Yeah, I hate you guys. And that was a hard T there. Hate. So, but
I hate your face.
Yeah, your face. So I'm not trying to be mean or provoke or I'm trying to just get a reaction, so that's my intent. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, unless it's something bad or evil or mean, then I will provoke because I hate their face and I want that to be known. So, but usually my intent isn't just to piss something up. I'm just trying to get a reaction out of them. So I went over, I sat in the chair, and someone had their SLS camera, the Connect camera, and Brianna was using it.
Mm-hmm.
And Brianna, so I'm sitting in the corner. Right next to me is a little side table, and then there's another chair on that side. And that was on my right. On my left is the entrance into the bathroom. So an in-bathroom thing in the room. So Bree, tell us what you saw, because you were the one looking at the screen.
At first it was like to his, like when you're looking at him, it was to his right, my right, that you saw this figure just popped up, And then then all of a sudden it was on his like shoulder. And then later on it started like kind of looked like it was crawling up the wall. But then he started, like when we told him that, he started like talking, and I think you were trying to provoke, doing whatever you can. And I think that's when it was more moving, is when you were trying to like...
Yeah, I was just trying to interact with it. I don't think I was saying anything mean or...
You weren't meaning, no. Not. I guess provoke is a bad word. It's more like you were just trying to get a reaction in some way, shape, or form, but you weren't being mean about it.
No, I wasn't. Go ahead.
Well, that's it.
Oh, okay. And then it just disappeared, I guess.
Yeah, it basically disappeared, but it was pretty cool because I think that was probably like one of the closest things I've had to that.
Well, see,
seeing something, yeah.
See, you had an experience then.
Nice. Guess I did. I totally forgot about that.
So we're going to have to go back, and you're going to have to say sorry to me.
We're going to have to re-record that.
Re-record episode 1.
Practice A.
Practice 17.
So some of the other visual things is just different lighting. So one of the light spectrums that most paranormal things are caught in is in the infrared spectrum.
I would agree. Yeah, we tried with full spectrum. We tried with
ultraviolet. Yeah.
We didn't have much luck either.
No.
And it seems like most equipment started going towards the IR route.
Yeah, which, is really interesting just because our eyes see such a tiny percentage of the light spectrum. Mm-hmm. And I wish we were able to see more, because I just wonder what else is hiding behind, the veil of the different light spectrums that we can't see. It's just really, really interesting.
I also find it interesting that IR is lower on the light spectrum. So I'm wondering if that means it's of a lower vibration as well.
That's something to look into.
And that if you're in a higher vibration, you might not be a ghost. You might be...
God.
Yeah, maybe.
An angel.
Out there and flying around chariots.
Frank's alter ego.
That's not up there.
No.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I love you too. So, yeah, that makes me sad.
Your face makes me sad.
I'm sorry, who was it that said that? Was it Bree or Lynette? You guys sound so familiar.
Totally Bree.
Was it?
That was Lynette.
Yeah.
The world may never know.
How about you guys comment on our episode and tell us who you think that was? Dun dun dun.
I just wanted to see how long it would take for you guys to say something. All right, so as we're moving on from that, there's other equipment that we use. There's temperature sensors, EMF detectors. Anything else besides those two? I mean, that really kind of encapsulates all of the basic equipment, but I mean, essentially you can use just a digital camera and a digital recorder to go and successfully paranormal investigate. Like, you don't need all this fancy stuff. We just like it because it's cool.
Yeah.
So you guys can save your money. One thing that I think is probably the coolest is the FLIR camera. I think being able to tell hot and cold with the FLIR.
No, that's just because you like sending that video of the fart on the FLIR.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Guys, there's a mist behind me.
Well, there is.
It's not paranormal, but it is deadly.
Listen, it is paranormal. How does your body create mist?
It's temperature. It's not mist, but you called it a mist because it looked like Slimer was coming out of your ass. This is never going to get aired.
I could hear people clicking stop.
Yeah, I was like, this may be the end of our podcast.
Yeah.
Unfollowing as we speak.
They stopped listening a while ago.
That's
you
true.
Guys are so serious.
We're talking to nobody now.
At this point, yeah.
So time of day, like what time of day do you think might be the best and worst to do a investigation?
I don't know if there is a bad time of day. I think more people do it at night. One, because it's creepier. Two, is because that whole energy field from like the moon and the stars and stuff kind of helps with getting energy out of the spirits and ghosts. But there is a thing that like things can happen at any time during the day. So to me personally, I don't think there is a bad time.
Okay. Luna?
Well, I agree. Nighttime is more funner. I just wanted to see your eyeballs pop out of your head.
Did you just say more funner?
More funner.
She's talking like me.
I don't want you to feel left out. Thank you. No, but like
No, but it's okay for me to be left out because now I have to talk stupid.
Yep.
No, but your sensory deprivation, so your other senses get more heightened. Your ears, your sense of touch and stuff seems to be a little more elevated just without being able to see as clearly as you would during the day. But I don't think, hauntings can happen at any time of day. It's just, are you paying attention to it? Or, probably the worst time of day would be like garbage day when the trucks are, barreling down the road and you can't hear anything and can't think. House is shaking. Yeah.
Or if there's a house party going on.
Oh, yeah.
What size of garbage trucks come down your street? That
Dude,
your
they
house
fly down my street. I have to close I'm on conference calls and I have to close my windows because it's squeaking ass brakes and it's terrible.
And when they grab the trash cans, go, and everything goes in.
And then they have to shake the can 45,000 times because there's one little scrap of cardboard
and
stuck in the
sometimes
bottom.
they got to squish the garbage to make more room in the truck.
Yeah.
And that's even noisy.
You're in the office all day.
Don't give us that look.
That's why you don't know.
All right, I guess we're going to cover white people problems and that later on.
That's everyone's problem.
No,
no,
that is white people problems.
No. There's garbage trucks
First
everywhere.
world problems. You know what?
That's different.
In other,
It's a first world problem.
In other countries,
Not
they
people
live
problem.
in dumpsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we are
It's
right
a-
now.
it's
this
a United
dumpster fire
States.
right
Yeah,
now.
right, pretty much. Yeah, we broadcast dumpsters. All valid points that you guys have about time of day, but I still think the best time of day, and yes, I agree, if a place is truly haunted, it's haunted 24/7. Doesn't matter if the sun's up, if the moon's up, doesn't matter. The whole witching hour, 3 a.m. bullshit, that makes no sense to me. Because if time is something that's man-made and constructed, I don't remember, the Romans having wristwatches. I'm like, oh, it looks like he died at 3 p.m. And you know what I mean? Like that's
And then also you got like the daylight savings time, and it's like, okay, it could be 3:00 a.m. somewhere else. Like how, like it makes no sense.
Yeah, no, your
Maybe
comment
it's like the
makes
Hunger
zero
Games,
sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
No, 0 cents. But so yes, I don't buy in any of that. But I do think that, to Lynette's point, the best time of day to do an investigation would be at night, and just because it's quieter, your senses are more heightened. You're more alert, not more alert, but your senses are more alert, right? You're in an unfamiliar space. You can't see that well, so you have to rely on your other senses, because I think we rely too much on sight as our sense. So, we really have our sense of touch.
And our sight isn't even that good.
No, it sucks. Like
somebody busts in here, steals your laptop, runs out the door. You don't know what they look like.
Like, I'm curious to know, like, what other mammals can't see at night. Because I think it's just humans. I think primates can in general. I don't know. I'm not a zoologist. Right?
If you are a zoologist, please contact Frank. He's got questions.
Yes, please contact me.
Frank at Beyond Limits.
If
Wait,
you
I
can
did
see,
not say that correctly.
No, you did not. You're stupid. You don't even know the name of our show.
It's FringeBeyondLimits.com.
It's French Beyond
I said
Limits?
Fringe.
Did she say French?
It said French.
Okay.
I said Fringe.
You said
Clean out
French.
your ears, people.
Oh, I can't wait to go to the tape. Like, I'm going to the tape. I'm going to pull each one. I'm going to put them all on our little sound bar, and I'm just going to hit the button and have her say the wrong word all the fucking time now.
Screw you.
Sure. So anyway, yeah, so I do think that nighttime is the best for those reasons. You don't have people walking the dogs. You don't have your neighbor mowing the lawn. You don't have as much traffic. To your guys' point about garbage trucks, you don't have a bunch of traffic driving around. So yeah, I do think that. What kind of questions do you think are best to ask when you're trying to do an investigation? Please, not everyone all at once.
I would probably think some questions that would be good, like exactly just to kind of see what they see. I think a common question would be, how many people are in this room? Just out of curiosity, because they couldn't maybe not see any of us, but can hear us, or they can see some of us, or they could be with other spirits and ghosts that we don't see. So I think that's a good common question to ask. kind of went blank on other questions.
Lynette, what are some of your favorite questions that you like to ask? So what are some of your hits?
Well, probably the best is it's really hard to, I guess there's a simple answer to it, and that's more conversational type of questions. I've had the most interesting results from Mother Rudd to Beatty to a couple other places where just having a conversation, like you're talking to a friend across the table, I've heard and had tons and tons of reciprocal conversations. Really wish I should dig out that basement at Mother Rudd audio if I have it somewhere. I don't even know. But we only had digital recorder and a couple still cameras. Like we did not have any fancy equipment at the time, and we were just using that digital recorder. We don't even know if there was a response to it while we were in the moment, but getting home, you could hear full-on sentences responding to our questions. It was pretty intense.
Yeah, I would love to do a show on just evidence in the future, where we just go in our archives and just pull out everything that we have.
Just going to lift your skirt and show it everybody?
I mean, people that want to see. I mean, I don't think everybody wants to see that, but, there is a market for it. There is. People are into some freaky stuff. So, yeah, I agree with you. We talked last episode about just having, for me, like weird, different questions. And I fall in line with that line of thinking of having more of a conversation with like someone being there. And do you guys want, when you guys do ask questions, is it more open-ended? Is it more yes or no? Do you think it makes a difference between the two?
I don't think it makes a difference. It just gives them an opportunity to answer, whether it's yes or no, whether it's an open-ended question, or just, I think it depends on the spirit, because sometimes they may not have enough energy to say more than one word, so doing yes and no questions may be helpful. Or if they do have enough energy, doing something a little bit more open could bring them out more, and you can get more evidence that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no?
Yeah, I think that makes sense too. And I think usually when we do investigations, we start with a few yes or no's just to kind of establish what their communication style is. And I think just naturally, because if we get a hit with a yes or no answers to direct questions, then we just naturally start asking more open. Well, no, I think we actually move into open-ended sort of questions where they can fill in the blank. But it also, I think, depends on what sort of tool that you're using to try and have communication. So if you're using a REM pod, or if you're using something with a light, you're probably going to stick with yes or no questions, because you can't answer orange with,
right,
or elephant or something like that with a light bulb. But yeah, with the portal and the other digital recorders, you have more flexibility depending on who you encounter.
Interesting. What about, so we touched on this before, what about provoking? Do you think...
I don't like it.
Can you not interrupt me? So
I don't like it.
I know you don't. But do you think that there is a time and place for provoking a spirit, even if it's just to get some sort of communication? Maybe not so much to piss it off or being mean in general, but just to kind of poking it a little bit to kind of get it started, to even just to get us to get an answer or a reaction out of it. Do you think there is a time and place for it?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
No, that's fine. I know. I mean, we both have our own points of view. And
no, I'm thinking if somebody came into my house and was like, bitch, answer my question, or, I'm going to be really mad. And my Italian temper is probably going to come out, and I'm going to probably do something, and then they're going to be like, haha, and then they win. Then I'll be mad. No, I don't like it. I know you're not opposed to it, but I don't like it.
Okay. Brie?
I like it.
Oh, it's 2 against 1.
I know, this is the first time, right?
Wow.
I think there are situations that calls for it, especially if you go to a place and they say that there's this spirit that's just like mean to women. Like usually go to like a penitentiary, there's always like that one that's mean to women. Like they do like pull their hair or touch them inappropriately, like just trying to provoke them to get them.
Where are these places?
Their butts.
No. Like where? Because I would like to go and be touched inappropriately. Like,
God, I can't think of the name of it, but I know there is a penitentiary that there is known to do that. I can't think of the name of the place right now.
I'm moving in.
You're going to put on a wig?
Oh, I'll put on whatever they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm game. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't interrupt.
Anyways, but like it's like situations like that. It's like you go there to that area and nothing's happening, so you're kind of like you start provoking. Like, what kind of asshole are you to be touching women that way? Like trying to get them angry, trying to get them doing whatever. So I think there is situations that calls for it. I think times where you're frank that you talk about is when there's like could be demonic activities. You try to provoke it because I know you really want to see a demon or interact with one at least. And that one, as much I'm not against it, but I think I would be scared, and I think that would be something I would watch from afar. But I'm still curious because I still want to see what would happen.
Yeah, no, I do think that there is a time and place for it. I definitely don't think you walk into an investigation and you start doing it. And I don't think it's every investigation that it calls for provoking, but there are some that do, you know? So yeah, I think so. Here's another fun little piece of equipment that I would like to get your guys' opinion on. We've talked about just different tools that we use for communication, you know, being a flashlight, turning on and off a flashlight, REM pods, music box, digital recorders. What do you guys think of Ouija boards? Because there is definitely a polarizing views on the Ouija board. Personally, I feel as though a Ouija board is nothing other than another form of communication. I don't think it's evil. I don't think it's positive. I think it gets a bad rap based on religious opinions. And the reason I think that negative things happen around a Ouija board is, you know, let's picture when a Ouija board is most commonly used. Stereotypically, it's a bunch of teenagers, even more stereotypical girls. And, you know, they're sitting there like, oh, let's do something scary tonight. So they're putting out an intention. They want something scary to be done. And their idea of something scary is playing with the Ouija board. So they play with the Ouija board and they ask things, and then, oh, surprise, something scary happens. You know, your intent is already out there. You're already asking to be scared. So why are you surprised when something bad or evil or scary happens to you? There's plenty of people that use a Ouija board for communication, and that's it, and nothing bad ever happens. You know, there is that one quote unquote Ouija board demon called Zozo. I'm sure we've heard of that, and we can get into that, but basically for the audience, Zozo is supposedly a demon that comes through when people use a Ouija board. I'm not sure how much I put weight on that. I mean, it's really weird to me, but again, if they're putting an intent out, you know, thinking I want to communicate with Zozo, and of course,
you said it 3 times. No.
Oh, is he going to pop up?
Like Beetlejuice.
Zozo. Really close to Bobo.
And that was also in an episode.
It was. God, I hope
that was a weird.
Yeah, I hope Zozo haunts the shit out of him. That's what I hope. I hope Zozo haunts Bobo forever. Anyway,
it sounds like a TV show.
You know what? Zozo and Bobo, I will.
It's like Bozo the Clown.
I will play the role of Zozo as long as Bobo Baggins is in it as well. Dude, that could be the new Felix and Oscar, new Odd Couple.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes. I'd watch that.
Oh, let's do this.
I would watch that.
Listen, I've made cartoons for work for whatchamacallit, for a marketing piece before. I made 2-3 different ones using, and I'm stupid when it comes to technology, but yeah, I can try to do this as well. That'll be fun. All right. Anyway, tangent over. Yeah. What do you guys, what are your feelings on the Ouija board?
I feel like like you said, it's another communication device, but I also feel like if you don't know how to properly use it, or if you don't use it to the correct intent, things could possibly go wrong from like the stories I hear and everything like that. Like not closing the communication properly, or a lot of, like you said, like usually stereotypical like, girls go through this. Their intent is to try to do something scary and to do like whatever. So that brings out the negative, that brings out the evil typically. So I would say as long as you know how to correctly use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lynette, did you just go blank? Like I think I just saw the lights turn on and everyone left the house in your head.
No, I had a thought, and then you called on me, and then I got shy. No, I don't know. I forgot what I totally blanked on what I was going to say. Oh, the Ouija board. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sorry, I'm tired. I agree. It's just another form of communication. You can use a pendulum. You can use a Ouija board. You can use dowsing rods. It doesn't matter. If you're putting an intent out there, you're going to get what you put out there. So if you're looking to connect with a long lost loved one,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're necessarily going to have your Bobo come and visit you. Or Zozo. Both. You want both, I know.
I would rather,
back.
listen, I would rather have Zozo come and visit me.
Well, yeah, you're going to ask him if he's big spoon or little spoon.
Oh, I'll spoon with Zozo.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's firmly based on that intent.
Yeah.
And if, like any tool out there, if you don't know how to use a chainsaw, you're probably going to get hurt first time you try it if you don't know. So if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be messing around.
That's a rough way to perform a circumcision.
Oh, yeah, well.
I mean, actually, what are we talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So what are some of your tips of the trade, some of your do's and don'ts for anyone out there that wants to start ghost hunting?
Well, the very first one is be patient. I mean, I'm still being patient and waiting. But for don'ts, when doing investigation, take it seriously. Don't try to make things happen. Like, I'm going to go in the next room and make noises. Or, like, don't do that. When someone's doing an EVP, please be quiet. Or if you're making noises, mark the noises that you're doing. Just so that when we listen back in the recording, we know, okay, this person was moving because they said they were moving. And so we can distinguish what noise we were actually making or that we heard during the time to where what we weren't actually hearing.
Lynette?
God, you make me mad. Your face is making me mad right now. Feel like teachers calling on breathe in Lynette. Breathe in Lynette.
And then our minds go blank like,
if you just jump in and don't wait for that.
Well, why don't you answer your own question?
Well, because
Why do you always have to go last?
I know.
You
wait for all the good answers to be said first.
Well, yeah.
Or you just debate with us.
Yeah, that's my role.
Mm.
I mean, by all means. Do you want me to go next? I'll go next. So some of my don'ts is, I would be against, doing any type of substances, try not to, smoke weed, do mushrooms, be any kind of mind altering things while you're investigating. You can do whatever you want before and after. I mean, drinking, I think is kind of a bad idea as well. Because you're not going to be alert for everything. You're not going to be able to, like you said, Bree, be serious about it. So yeah, I think being in a free and also being rested. So there was a couple of times where I think we would drive 6-7 hours to a location and then do that investigation that same day without any rest.
And sometimes turn around and leave the same morning.
Yeah, and drive all the way. I mean, and that's just exhausting. And I think...
And dangerous.
And yeah, but I mean, I think having, doing that and being like, all right, let's get there maybe the morning of, getting a hotel room, taking a nap, going and investigating, and then even, leaving at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, going back to our hotel, because you don't check out till 11 and getting another 4 or 5 hours of sleep is really beneficial to get that rest that we need for the investigation and also for the drive home. So.
Yeah. And basically my tidbit would be debunk as much as you can in the moment. If you hear a creak, go investigate it. Don't run away or don't assume that it's something paranormal just off the cuff. If you hear something, say something.
Thanks, Homeland Security.
No, but you'd be surprised. It's we had an instance where we thought we captured something really dark and demonic. And then we did some investigation to find out that it was just the audio equipment making the noise distortion or the slow-mo on the video or whatever.
Right. But which was
animals.
But which was weird because before and after the recording was fine. In the middle.
Right. That's how Apple slow-mo works. Is it normal speed, slow down
But
middle?
it wasn't set on slow-mo.
Right.
It was set on normal.
She had to have bumped it.
You think so?
It's so easy to accidentally slide over to slow-mo.
And then during that time, the phone fell.
Oh, maybe that's what happened when they picked it up. Maybe it slid over to slow-mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree.
But yeah, like we had folks run away and we're like, wait.
Yeah.
It's not that scary anymore. It's not a demon. It's just
It was a slow-mo.
Slow-mo voice.
No, but no, that's a great point is when something scary does happen, go and investigate. Don't just
Push through it.
assume.
Don't run away.
Yeah. Don't assume it's paranormal. Go because it could be just a squirrel.
Remember we had the rat or something
Yeah.
in the window screen or whatever?
Yes,
We thought
yes.
something was scratching on the window. No, it was just a mouse.
Right. So, all right. Well, that was a little bit longer, I think, than we're usually used to, but a lot of stuff to cover. And again, this is just an overview of ghost hunting. We're going to break it down and be a little bit more thorough with different equipment, different types of evidence, and kind of break it down also like based on location that we've investigated. So again, we have a couple shout outs and I threw up on our socials if people can guess the topic for today. No one guessed it right, but we had Scott Smith, James Gullisarian, Nadia Schweitzel, Cameron Bailey, and Rebecca Bailey. Again, thank you guys for interacting and answering. Again, if you guys would please rate, send us a review. That really helps us out and being able to be out there and be more visible in the podcast world. We are just starting out, so we are beginners. So tread lightly with us. We're just getting our feet wet. Also, there is a couple of, on our socials, new members in our, was it Facebook group?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Our little Facebook page. And those shout outs are Judy Block, Sean Wilson, Anna Maria, Jesse Money, Doug Hardikoff, Thomas Rossellini, Carrie Bartles, Anthony Berube, and Dave Crabb. Thank you guys for following us on, was that Facebook, right? Facebook, yeah. We also on Instagram, so please email us. Again, we're looking for your stories, any ideas you have on maybe future episodes. So you can email me at frank@fringebeyondlimits.com.
You can email me at brianna@fringebeyondlimits.com.
Or me, Lynette, at fringebeyondlimits.com. Or on our webpage, we have a contact us section where you can feel free to submit any ideas or episodes that you'd like to hear about as well.
Yep, we do have a website. It's just simply fringebeyondlimits.com. So, anything else you guys would like to add before we close the lid on this dumpster fire?
No.
Just want to say thank you and stay weird.
All right, stay weird, guys, like Lynette says. And again, please follow, share, like, and most importantly, give us a review. That'd be greatly appreciated. And we will catch you guys on the flip flop.
Rock on.
Attention party people! You're officially invited to the party shop at Michael's, where you'll find hundreds of new items starting at 99 cents with an expanded selection of party wear, balloons with helium included on select styles, decorations, and more. Michael's is your one-stop shop for celebrating everything from birthdays to bachelorette parties and baby showers to golden anniversaries. Visit Michaels in-store or michaels.com today to supply your next party.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.